Thanks for staying after work, everybody. I appreciate it. So does my speech teacher. I'm doing a speech today about homeschooling and giving you guys a couple examples of why I chose to do it with my son, and I believe it's a great idea for any family that has the option to do so. At the end of my speech, you'll know a little bit more about homeschooling and a couple of the advantages that I've already found helpful with my family. Education is invaluable in all cultures, and in most cases, it starts in the home before kids even realize they're really learning. This includes some of our founding fathers like Washington, Jefferson. They were all homeschooled. Also, President Lincoln, Teddy Roosevelt, all homeschooled, became presidents of the United States. Pretty awesome. My kid for president. My grandma started as a one-room school teacher in northern Wisconsin when she was 18 years old. Most of those kids came to the schoolroom already knowing basic fundamental skills that they learned at home. School was meant to supplement what you learned in the home. Teachers weren't meant to just teach them everything they needed to know about life. The U.S. State Department shared that homeschooling has grown dramatically over the last decade, from 85,000 students in 1999 registered to over 1.5 million in 2007. Also, there are many stats that's given by homeschooling parents. 91% of them say they decided to homeschool because of the environment in schools in their area. 77% decided to because it provided more moral instruction from them to their children than their kids were getting in school. And 74% decided because of the quality of curriculum that was in the public school systems. I believe it is up to us to decide what is best for our children and help them make good decisions about learning, and as they grow, make decisions on their own. There are many reasons why homeschooling is an important program, but I will touch on three. The freedoms that it allows for you and your family, the values and beliefs that you can pass on to your children, and also socialization. The freedoms, art, and privilege that we enjoy from homeschooling are many. From being able to teach free thinking and critical thinking skills rather than just learning to pass a test, to being able to take a vacation whenever you want to and learn while you're on the road. You can also increase teachable moments. My son knows more about math and cooking, and he's 3 than his 30-year-old father. We're able to teach things that we feel are important, but that also meet state certification so that our kids are learning the same things that kids are in school, but at their own pace and in their own ways. In an article by the U.S. State Department, Sandra Martin, the Chancellor of Concordia University, tells us that structured homeschooling with clear educational goals produces academic preferences much better than those in academic school settings. In 5 out of 7 tests, homeschooled children were at least 1 grade ahead of their peers. We're able to control how our kids learn, where they learn, and the environment that is good for them to learn. Not all kids learn the same, and you know your kid better than anybody else. Second, you're able to pass on your values, beliefs, and help turn your children into unique individuals. For myself, I was raised in a Christian family, and we always believed that church was an important part of our life. So that's part of what my son is learning. So I brought one of his favorite books. This is his tiny bear Bible. It's nice and fuzzy. He's 3, he'll be 4 in a month. He can read almost this entire book by himself. He knows all of his sight words, and he knows how to follow along. He knows sentences, and he's already passed most of the 5-year-old kindergarten level reading, which is what we use this book for. It's a brain game. When I come home from work after 16 hours, he wants to play games with me. We do a couple of pages. He doesn't even realize he's learning. He can count to 50. He can trace his letters. He can tell you what's missing from a picture. Tools that are the fundamentals of all learning. So, just an example, my kid, it's awesome. So, we can build intimate and meaningful relationships with our children. Lots of us work all the time. For us, we work midnights. So, some of us need our kids to be in school during the day while we're sleeping. But we can also work their school schedule around when we work, when we sleep. That's what we do in my house. The ability to shape our faith and instill good habits in our children is on a day-to-day basis rather than only seeing them on the weekends. Thirdly, we are able to provide socialization that a lot of people think homeschoolers don't get. A lot of people, when you hear homeschool, think, oh, awkward, doesn't have friends, doesn't play sports. It's not like that at all. And especially here in Texas, the state is very homeschool friendly. I can register my son with a local KISD, and he can play sports, go on field trips, interact with other kids just like he would in school, except I control the environment he's in usually on a daily basis. So remember, there are many advantages to weigh. The freedom it offers is hard to argue against. And yes, it is a lot of work, but ultimately, if you feel that it's best for your children and your family, it's definitely a valid option. I know we are on track with my son, and he's only 3. Remember, our kids are our future, so we have to set them up for success, because ultimately, they're going to be taking care of us. Thank y'all for listening.